Maybe you understand me now. Sometimes you see that I'm mad. Don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When everything goes wrong, you see some bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
What is it going to take to make you heed the warnings of this court? It is obvious to me that you are not taking this matter seriously. I will not allow you to continue to harass these people. Is that clear? If you violate this restraining order, I assure you, you will spend 40 days in the county jail. I mean it. One more offense. What is obvious to this court is that you are in need of professional help and anger management counseling. This court has suggested that you seek counseling, but since you can't or won't do it voluntarily, I am requiring it as part of your staying out of jail. Do I make myself clear?
And welcome to Radio Guy News at 6. My name is Adelaide and I'm here together with
Miriam Boche.
In the headlines, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has said government is focused on holistic development of the country. Inspector General of Police James Opon Buanu says the prosecution of electoral related offences has been one of the challenges of the police service. National organizer of the NDC backs Mahame's call for their party supporters to protect ballot boxes during the 2020 December polls. President of Mali resigns after being detained by soldiers. In business, private sector deposits have shot up despite job losses following coronavirus pandemic. One of Ghana's most favorite rappers, Sarkodie, is set to release his autobiography titled The Highest. Radio Guy Online has been nominated by the Emerging Entertainers Awards Ghana 2020. In sports, 7 maiden princesses players receive COVID-19 treatments. In international news, Trump tells Obama, "I would not be in the White House if it wasn't for your husband." Now in the headlines. Now the news in detail. Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has said government is focused on the holistic development of the country, touting the Akufo-Addo administration infrastructure projects around the country. According to him, the numerous infrastructure projects initiated by the NPP administration since its assumption of the office in 2017 has been possible even while catering for the other essential needs of the average citizenry. Speaking at the government results fair at the Ghana Academy of the Arts and Science in Accra, he explained that the implementation of major social intervention programs alongside the ongoing project gave credence to the NPP's commitment to enhancing the country's development drive. He also pointed out the government has initiated 17,334 infrastructure projects since 2017, with 8,746 completed. In the next story, the Inspector General of Police, James Opom Buanu, says the prosecutor of electoral-related offences has been one of the challenges of the police service, especially police prosecutors. He discloses this at the launch of the legal education on the prosecution of electoral-related offences for police management, board members, and selected senior police officer from the police. Headquarters, Accra and Tema Police Command, speaking at the launch, which took place at the police headquarters, COP, Mr. Nathan Kofi Boache says the launch is aimed at equipping police officers at various levels of command, police prosecutors and levels of command, police prosecutors and investigators with requisite know-how to successfully identify and persecute persons who commit electoral offences. He also said the legal education will be organized across the country for all commanders, prosecutors and investigators as part of preparations towards the 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections. In other stories, the national organizer of the NDC has backed his flag bearers' call for their party supporters to ensure that they vigilantly protect ballot boxes at the polling station in the December polls to prevent the incumbents from rigging. His comment follows John Mahama's call on Voltarians to ensure that they protect ballot boxes at their polling stations in December polls to prevent rigging. According to him, the happening at the just ended voter registration exercise is also an indication of the ruling MPP's abanda to rig and to win the 2020 polls at all costs. He backed his claims with the shooting incident at Kaswa involving the Special Development Minister Hawa Kumsen and the Yawaso West Wogon by elections.
Former EC boss to lead life transforming leadership conversation. Mrs. Charlotte Osei, former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, will on Friday, August 21st, lead a life transforming leadership conversation on Lishinri via Facebook at 7 o'clock p.m. The Lishinri is a 50-week-long leadership conversation featuring 50 men and women from varied backgrounds who have converted their leadership experiences, successes, and challenges into knowledge in a 45-minute conversation. The event is being organized by the Titi Ofe Center, with the Bishop Gideon Titi Ofe as the host, which will be broadcast to a global audience of young leaders. Council lead WASI papers and hold those responsible accountable. Minority to WAEG. The minority group NDC has called on the West African Examination Council to act swiftly in cancelling lead WASI papers. Several papers in the ongoing WASI, including economics, English, have been leaked on social media with answers. This leak follows agitation by students who wanted to have questions to aid them in the examination. Meanwhile, the National Union of Ghana Students have also strongly condemned the leakage of examination papers in the ongoing 2020 WASI examination. Bawumia has graduated with a first class in propaganda. Inusa Fuseni, former Minister for Road and Highway, Alhaji Abdullahi Fuseni, refuted claims by Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia against road projects undertaken by the Mahama government. The Vice President said, whilst the MPP government is constructing 4 major interchanges, Tema, Pokwase, Tamale, Obeche-Bilamte interchanges for 289 million, the Mahama administration built the Kwame Nkrumah interchange alone at a cost of staggering 260 million. He, among other things, dismissed claim that the MPP has abandoned infrastructure project inherited from the NDC government. According to him, out of 30 infrastructure projects inherited, we have completed 16 of them, including 10 polyclinics and 2 district hospitals. However, speaking to Francis Aban on the Morning Star today, Alhaji Fuseni said the Vice President has graduated with a first class honor in propaganda from University of Telling Lies. He said the total amount of loan contracted by the MPP from 2016 is 160 billion as against 54 billion by the NDC. Senator fulfills promises. Work begins on Asylum Down Road after years of intensive lobbying. Work has begun on the construction of the Odanta Road within the Klote-Kole constituency. This follows 3 long years of lobbying by the Member of Parliament of the area, Dr. Zenator Ajimai Rollins, announcing the commencement of the project on her official Facebook page. She further elaborated her relentless effort to push far and beyond to get the project done for a constituency. According to her, it took 3 long years of lobbying, writing letters and asking questions on the floor of Parliament. The Odanta Road is in the last few years have gained notoriety for being one of the worst roads within the Klote-Kole constituency. Residents have complained severally, but authority turned a blind eye on their plight.
In other stories, the Economic and Organized Crime Office has relieved the immediate past Upper West Regional Director, Dr. Osai Kufuor Afre, of allegations of wrongdoings leveled against him. EOCO has therefore charged the coalition of concerned citizens of the Upper West region to formalize the coalition's operations in line with the Companies Act of 2019. The Ghana Police Service has assured it will not shield anyone found guilty in perpetrating violence during the just ended voters registration exercise. Speaking to at the launch of the legal education of the prosecution of electoral related offences for selected police officers, the Director General of Police, that's Legal Kofi Boachi, told Joy News updates will be communicated at the appropriate time as investigations are underway.
Government has said it has significantly curbed the phenomenon of open defecation in at least 5,498 communities. At a town hall meeting yesterday in Accra, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia said government was able to achieve this feat under the Toilet for All programs. The move has contributed to the construction of 109,000 household toilets, benefiting 856,000 people. The feat, according to the government account, for the absence of cholera outbreak in the country.
In sports, Barcelona Football Club has sacked coach Quique Setién 2 days ago following the 8-2 hammer on them by the Spanish side by Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-finals. According to widespread Spanish media reports, Netherlands coach and former Barca defender Ronald Koeman is set to be named as Sessegn's successor. Sessegn, 61, was appointed in January after the club sacked two-time league winner Ernesto Valverde, despite his side sitting top of the La Liga standings on goal difference. But after Barca were condemned to their heaviest defeat in European competition last Friday, Sessegn was also sacked after only 7 months in charge.
To international news, Mali President Ibrahim Boubacar has been arrested by soldiers. According to the BBC, Prime Minister Boubou Cissé was also being arrested despite earlier appeal for brotherly dialogue. The apparent coup attempted in the West African nation began with gunfire at a key military camp near the capital, Bamako, yesterday. The Mali President Ibrahim Boubacar has resigned following a detain by soldiers yesterday. In a televised address, President Keita mentioned he was also dissolving the government and parliament.
In other international news, Donald Trump has retaliated after former First Lady Michelle Obama said he was the wrong president for the US. In series of posts on Twitter, he wrote, "Somebody please explain to Michelle Obama told Donald Trump, J. Trump would not be here in the beautiful White House if it weren't for the job done by your husband, Barack Obama." The president said Mrs. Obama's endorsement of the Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden was very late and unenthusiastic, describing as merely afterthoughts. He claimed he had built the greatest economy in history before shutting it down to save millions lives during the coronavirus pandemic. But Mr. Trump critics say the administration inherited the economy from Obama and also pointed to the US having highest number of coronavirus deaths in the world. Speaking on the opening day of the Democratic National Convention, Mrs. Obama pleaded with the country to vote Trump out of office over his handling of the pandemic.
To entertainment news. Leave me alone, Tracy screams at Kennedy. Kennedy, Japan has jumped to the defense of the former President John Mahama in the latest brouhaha surrounding the former president's supposed relationship with the actress Tracy Boache. Ms. Bell and evangelist Gloria Kani, the Asin Central Member of Parliament, while speaking on the Seat Show on Net2 TV on Monday evening, alleged that Mr. Mahama bought a house worth $450,000 at East Legon for Tracy Boache and other properties because he was blackmailed by the actress. But Tracy has vehemently denied ever blackmailing Mr. Mahama and screamed at the MP to leave her alone. After Kennedy Japan's statement, A+ shared a post on Facebook about a girlfriend he had wanted to pay an installment.
In other international news, one of Ghana's favorite rappers, Sarkodie, is set to release his autobiography titled The Highest. The book is named after his fourth studio album, Highest, released on September 8, 2017. The 19th track album had himself and his daughter Titi as cover. The book, The Highest, is expected to be a tell-it-all opening readers to his journey as a person and his road to success. The rapper took to his social media pages, sharing a cover of the book. Alright, so this ends the news at 6 with me, Adelaide of Ebobisa
And Miriam Butcher.